What's up, Say Squad? You already know who it is. It is your favorite girl in the whole world. I am the Saisha Monét, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're doing it a little different today. Okay, y'all. So we recorded a girls talk in person, and I accidentally deleted the whole thing. But that's okay, because I got maybe a 3-minute video from it, so I'll insert it on here just so y'all can see I ain't lying. Anytime.
It didn't freeze.
Oh my God.
It's going. All right. Tell me.
Riri, what do you do? Oh my God. Y'all, it's 1:30 in the morning and while we're doing this, I want y'all to know. But you already know what it is. If you want to be a part of the squad, all you have to do is like, share, and subscribe to the Kid YouTube. And make sure you put on that bell notification so you can know when I post. Because I've been real consistent. I got to give myself a pat on the back. But I got my girls here with me. I got Lex to my left. I got Lareesa to my southwest. Maybe I never eat sour watermelon. To my southwest, whatever that is. And we got at the bottom. You know what it is? I'm going to put the Instagrams and everything. But you already knew it is because all three of them have been on my multi-million-dollar Vision Mondays. Wow. We're going to be doing a girls talk. We have a few different topics that we text in our group message. And we're just going to talk. So grab you some wine. Do like Lexi. Have your little bread.
Why are you telling them people about my situation with Texas Roadhouse?
Lareesa, what you drinking?
Fruit Loop.
Uh-oh. Y'all, they got the eggnog daiquiri back. I'm so excited. Lexi, that's what I'm having Saturday. I'm like, nah.
Eggnog?
Mm-hmm, the eggnog daiquiri. It's good though, y'all. That mixed with some, don't judge me for real. That mixed with the chocolate daiquiri tastes so good. I'm so serious. I had that one time.
I never had the eggnog daiquiri.
I heard it was good though.
It's so good, for real.
Yeah, I heard that too.
It's so good.
Can't remember.
It's good. I like top notch.
Must have been good then. Can't remember.
Top notch one, like hers be like strong. Like you don't need no extra shot, no nothing.
Oh Lord. I just want to taste.
Yeah, girl, no, that's a child. All right, so first topic, y'all. Mama's boys. How we feel about them?
Take them, pack them up, ship them back to their mama. Period.
Oh my God. Lareesa?
Well, how I feel? It gotta have a balance, basically. Like you can't be all about your mama all the time. You gotta find time for me, and you gotta find time for your mama. You know, make sure your mama know your place, and make sure I know my place too. You know.
Right. Lex.
I think it's situational. I think that no man should be a mama's boy. That's two different things. If you're grown, then y'all have y'all relationship, but there's boundaries versus being like in middle school, high school, whatever.
Yeah,
that's different. But you can also look
at how
you treat your mom is how you're gonna treat me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good way to look at it. But like I said, it's situational.
It is. What you say, Whitt? You want to rephrase your answer?
Yeah, to rephrase my answer, if you bad with it, then yeah, pack them up, ship them, put that label on them, and ship them right back. That's only if they're bad with it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everybody. Basically, you just have to have a balance. Like, love your mama, duh, but like when it's like every time I call you on FaceTime, you land on your mama's chest, like it's kind of weird. Y'all, that happened to me before.
A man should do that. I'm sorry.
No man.
We not like 12 anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. Jesus Christ. All right. Dudes with babies. How y'all feel about it?
Another situational thing. Situation. I've met people that had like the most baby mom. Not to say that I talked to them or dealt with them in that way, but like if I was, I wouldn't want to deal with them in their situations. But I also have met like mature men with their kids, and you can tell the difference. It's like, okay, they don't have those problems.
Right.
versus this person, which they got, multiple and all that. That's different. Dudes without goals and no plan. No plan, no man.
No plan, no man. Period.
It's not gonna work for me.
Been there, done that. I don't like that.
All that's gonna do is confuse you more.
Girl.
It would mess with my anxiety because y'all know I'm a planner.
Exactly. Girl, something's in my eye. Girl, let me talk. Yeah. But no, like real talk, like dudes without goals, like it's like I feel like, okay, if you working, like, okay, I remember B. Simone said that whole little thing about her dude gotta be an entrepreneur. It don't even have to be that, because you could be you can own your own business and still be just a bird brain. But I feel like know what you want in life. Like, know that, okay, if you working this job, know you working this job because you're working towards something. At least be trying to save up for a house, save up because you want to invest something. Have something in mind. Be working towards something. Don't just be waking up, going to work just to say, "Oh, I'm making money," and then blowing all your money on stuff. Like, have something, like to work towards. So I can actually be able to talk to me about like goals. Because if I'm telling you all my goals and you like, "Oh, that's nice." Hello. Like, what are you doing? I don't like that.
Yeah, I get that. Like, wanting somebody that's going to add to and not take out. And it, like you said, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to just be like, oh, I'm out here getting a bag, blah, 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 blah. You can have a 9 to 5 and still have a life. Like, but if that's what you want, that's what you want. But don't just be out here, I'm going to just go get on at this job. And then 2 years later, you at another job. And I can't get with that. Like,
right.
I need stability.
Dudes without a plan, you can't match my energy on what I want to see our lives look like. You got to step out. Point blank, period. You can't help me build toward the goal I want to see for us, or just contribute to it a little bit. You can't see me at the top, basically.
Exactly.
I need 50-50.
No,
I got some dudes that don't do nothing. Some dudes they need a little bit of work just to,
because once you get to the 50-50 state, it's gonna become a 60-40, and it's gonna be like, you know how you say I'm okay with picking up the slack, but when it comes to the point where you're picking up the slack 100% of the time, that's not picking up slack. So I need 100. Like, we have to put more than what we should be putting into.
But that could be the same thing too. What if one day I'm not 100, I'm like 92?
Then pick up the slack, but you don't want it to be consistent. You don't want it to always be one-sided.
Yeah.
Because then y'all gonna end up resenting each other. And it's not gonna go.
I know I don't talk about y'all. We're gonna make it spicy. Wait, I think I text this. Maybe not. Oh, I put it in my phone. Let's talk about dating in this generation.
Oh Lord.
Why do y'all feel it's so, I'm gonna be real, it's complicated. It's very complicated. Well, for me, I mean, y'all two, the bottom two can't relate to what I'm saying. Look, the bottom two can't relate, but
it's so like, weird because your bottom two ain't my same bottom two. And I'm just
that's true. That's funny. But I don't know. What y'all feel about this generation in dating?
I was joking with my auntie one day, and I was like, you know why I like my age group sucks at being men? It's because they didn't have their dads. And I was joking, but then I really started to logically think about it, and it's really true. They didn't have the baby boomer father that like went to work, came home, disciplined the kids, and went outside and did all change and fixed the car. Like, they didn't have that. So but I only say that about the aspect of being like a manly man, like, like an all around person.
Yeah.
I can't say that about every guy in our generation, but I can contribute that to some of it.
Yeah, some
Like if I get a flat tire, what you do?
Like, who you
exactly.
gonna call other than your daddy?
And I don't want you to tell me to call AAA because I'm gonna get mad.
Hey, Iman Shumpert, Tiana Taylor's husband, told me that on 85 Social. He was like, I refuse to let another man show up and be a more manly man than I am. Like basically saying like, if my woman tire get a flat, or if I get a flat, why am I calling another mechanic to fix it? I should be able to get down there and fix it myself. And
That's
I
what he
heard
said.
that.
Yeah.
Gary, yes. I was like, tell him. But that's how I feel too. Like, and I feel like you feel sorry for some of them because some of them just wasn't taught how to love for real and like how to really like take care of somebody. So you feel for them like, okay, I can teach you. But then it's like some of them take advantage of that because they take your kindness for weakness and it becomes manipulation because now it's like, oh, she gonna take care of me, well, I ain't gotta do nothing. Whereas you got some of them who really don't know and willing to learn.
Oh, to piggyback off of what you were saying about like them not knowing, the generation before us was the generation of divorce. Divorce became more acceptable and more prominent. So when you have that and you have grown men and only their mothers are raising them, then there's no wonder you don't know how to treat a woman.
Exactly.
Because you've never seen a good example. And if you've seen a good example and you just chose not to do it, then that's on you. But I'm just saying, like, for people that didn't see that, their parents got divorced, their parents got separated, they didn't see two people in a relationship, in a loving relationship that was not toxic. Like, you know?
Yeah, they didn't get to experience those nuclear families.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cause I didn't.
Me either. But it was okay. I had enough to, like,
it was still fun.
you know, yeah. Right. I had a lot of support from family, so it really wasn't like I watched somebody go through divorce when they were in high school, and it was totally different from my experience when my parents divorced when I was like 5.
Right.
It always made it easy.
Yeah. I didn't experience none of it.
It was different seeing the different perspectives because some people like they really take that to heart. And it's like, wow.
They do, like they lash out and it's like they just change.
Literally.
And you see it on movies, but then it's like you see it in real life, like it really affect people and it's just like, ooh.
It really is. And it's all about like I learned this in class, y'all. I actually did learn something last year. It's like how you grow up is how you're more prone to act. So someone whose parents are married are less likely to leave a relationship, even if it's not a good relationship, even if it's not happy, because all they saw was two parents. So they're gonna do whatever they can to keep it two parents. Whereas someone that grew up in a single parent household, I don't need you because if my dad can do it, then I can do it. My mom could do it, then I can do it. And they're more prone to leave a relationship faster. And both ways has its issues, but I don't want to say it's an explanation, but it's a result of what people see.
That leads me, I think Lexi, you put that in there. How to get over heartbreak. Let's talk about that.
I'm really interested to see your responses.
Yeah.
That take time.
Yeah,
literally.
Since you talk first.
Huh?
Elaborate.
You go first since you started talking first.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's all I have to say. That really takes a lot of time to get over it because you're gonna be thinking about it a lot and stuff like that. You can be like, yeah, I'm over it one day, and then boom, you could have a trigger, and like you'll see something, and then you'll be like, I miss him, yada yada yada, and then you get sucked back in a trap or something like that. That takes a lot of time to get over.
Yeah, I could piggyback off that for sure. Cause, I mean, y'all know, but like the people that's watching, I ain't gonna talk about the situation, but it's like when you are, especially when it's like is a person that you was like always with, it becomes more like your habitat type of thing. So it's like whenever you finally break up with them, it's like you gotta literally like reteach yourself how to be by yourself. Cause like I literally had to teach myself how to be by myself again. And that was with like every relationship, because every relationship I was in the past, for some strange reason, well, I know what it is, but I was like, I would get attached. We wasn't connected. It was more of an attachment. So it's like, I felt like if I wasn't with them, I was catching anxiety, or it was like, I was rushing through the days because it's like, I need to get back with them. And then it's like, when it hit the fan and it's like, all right, the relationship over, it's like, dang, it's like, yo, like, no lie. If we broke up at 8:00 that night, I'll be good all night. And then the next day hit and it's like, oh, my phone not ringing. Oh, I got to go to the gym by myself. Oh, I'm going here by myself. So I literally,
like, you start thinking of all the things you gotta do by yourself.
Exactly. And like you said, like, get to the point like that. Next week, you might feel like, oh man, I'm back in it. And then that one song might happen. Or you might go to this one place that y'all always used to go to. And it's like, bruh, until you finally, it's like, it really is like a time, like it's really healing. Like, just like when you cut yourself and you really just gotta let it just heal on its own. That's really how you get over heartbreak. You really just gotta let it heal, because you're gonna feel broken. You will. But when you heal, you're gonna feel like unbreakable, because you're gonna know, like, I'm never going back to that again. I know exactly I know the exact signs of manipulation, the exact signs of like toxicity. I ain't going back there no more, because you never want to lose yourself. And that's what it is. You really just gotta let that take its course, for real.
I like that you said it wasn't like y'all were connected, but y'all were attached. That's two different things. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's crazy that we talk about this though, because last night, y'all, I was just chilling, and like, I was talking to God, and I was writing down. I was like, you know what? I was like, let me write down all the relationships I had in my life, whether it was friendships or like intimate relationships that didn't work out. And I just wanted to break them down. I just wanted to see, like, where in these relationships were they like not in alignment with God. And every relationship I wrote down at least had one thing
that wasn't in alignment.
That was not in alignment. And I was like, that's what it was. That's why it was so much of an attachment, because it's like, when you attach to something, you're afraid to lose it. When you connect it, you know that no matter how far y'all go apart, it's still that core gonna keep y'all together, and y'all gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why they be like, what's meant to be gonna be, because it's like, you and a person could be together and y'all could break up, but if it's meant to be, if it's God's will and y'all really connected, y'all gonna find each other. And I think Tiana Taylor said that on a post one time. She was like, soulmates always find each other because they got the same hiding place. And I was just like, dang. That's deep, because it's like, oh my God. What is my hiding place? I don't even know what my hiding place is. God. Dang, Whitt. Yeah. Wow.
I'm about to say, you ain't kidding.
Hey, yo, whoa. What's crazy is Sunday. Yo, real talk. Sunday, they got this woman in my church named Miss Brenda. She always come talk to me every Sunday. And we just got on relationships. I wasn't even talking about that. She was telling me about her son. And I was just like, I ain't gonna lie. If Miss Brenda watching this, I'm gonna just be real. She was saying all the cute stuff. And I'm sitting there like, Miss Brenda, I can't relate. I'm like, I'm not in a relationship. Why are we talking about this? And then she got on to it, and she was like, you know, she was like, she just switched, and she was like, she called me Stage. She was like, you know what I want you to focus on? And I was like, what? And she was like, I want you to just focus on God. I want you to enjoy you. And she was like, I want you to sow into your husband. I was like, what you mean? And she was like, I want you to sow a seed towards your husband. I was like, okay. And she was like, no, I'm serious. She said, because what's gonna happen is, she was like, it's like she was like, it's like this, like you know, you focus, you do what you gotta do. And she was like, the one that God got for you is, he could be in your life already, maybe, or you gonna meet him eventually. She was like, but when God revealed him to you, she said, y'all gonna both look at each other and be like, was you all alone? She said, but y'all gonna meet in the same type of way, because y'all gonna both be in alignment with God, like on the same track. Like what you say with how my hiding place is God, like that's gonna be his hiding place too. Like, it's like, I hope that's making sense, because I feel like my words all over the place. But like that, like
how you praying for him right now, he literally probably praying for you right now.
Yes, that's exactly what she was saying. Yeah. I did not expect this.
That's crazy to work out like that.
Talking about though, because when we did this like girls talk in person, we were talking about I don't know how we got on the topic, but I said, you know, being that y'all haven't met, then y'all both probably have work to do. And you was like, dang, Lex, you right. And that just goes right along with it, like being in alignment.
I think we were talking about perfect timing or something like that.
We did talk about timing, but I do remember, Lexi, you did say you was like either God still got some stuff he working in on me or in him or in both of us. You was like, it's one of the three, you know, which is, that's facts. Cause, and then that's when timing came in with, cause then I was like, right. Cause if God presented too early, he knew I was going to mess it up or he was going to mess it up, you know, stuff like that.
I remember how to go on
that. So that gets on me on our next subject. Let's talk about soulmates. Personally, I believe soulmates, like you can have friendship soulmates. Like I believe that y'all are my soulmates as well. Like I feel like I do. I feel like, you know, like I don't know, it's just like how we, like in our text messages, like how we like give us oh my God. Like
how we pick each other's brain and stuff.
Exactly. And it's how it's like Whitley might say something and you'll say something, but it's like everything we say always come in alignment. Like when you send that scripture, and then Lareesa came and she was talking about her situation, and then I came back and I had that dream, and then but it all lined up, like it all had something to do with all of us. It's just like I feel that, like I feel like you have that one soulmate that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with on an intimate level, that is like God ordained for you to like have like that relationship with, to like reproduce and do all of that with. And then it's like I do believe you can have friendship, like soul sisters type of thing, where it's like y'all not blood, but it's like y'all in alignment with each other, like God aligned y'all to be in each other's life. And it's like it's kind of like full circle type thing, because it's like all of us been in each other's lives for a long time. And I would have never thought this would have been like, you know what I'm saying? Like us in a group message doing all this stuff together, you know? Like,
and then what's crazy about that, we was all in each other's lives at different times.
At different times.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. That's crazy.
I don't want to make this like Bible study, but guess what? So I'm sorry. It y'all saw it. When you play it back, you're gonna see I lit up. When you were saying how like you were supposed to be in relationship, and like even if it's not marriage, I was thinking of your girl. Now I'm drawing blank. I just had her name. Okay, mother-in-law, daughters-in-law. One took the other way, one went with her, and when she Boaz, Ruth.
Oh, Ruth and
think of her name.
Wait. Oh, Ruth and the mama, the boy mama.
Mother-in-law, yeah.
Man, I gotta look it up because I know what you're saying. My mama always.
My point is, if you don't know the story, so
Naomi.
Oh,
Dad. Oh, y'all talking about
Naomi had sons. Her sons
okay.
got married.
But
both of her sons also died. And when her sons died, she told her daughter-in-laws, hey, it was Ruth and her name started with an O. I don't remember it. She told them, I'm going back to my old town. You can either go by your family where you know you have like money and stuff, or you can come. Well, she really didn't say come with her. She said go to your family. And Ruth was like, no, I'm supposed to be with you. So she goes with her to her homeland, and then she meets her new husband. Mm-hmm. And they were like royalty. So there's that. Exactly. But when you said that, how they were supposed to be in each other's lives, that's what I thought about. So
yeah, exactly. Okay. That's like the crazy part, because it's like when you really look at life, I remember Lauren London saying, Nipsey Hussle always said, like, people are not possessions, they're just experiences. And when you look at it, it makes sense why so many like relationships, like you can be like close with somebody or in a relationship with somebody for years, and then like it'll just end out of nowhere. No beef, like no nothing, but it just ends. Like, or even like intimate relationships, like the relationship is just like, y'all like, this not gonna work. And it's like, okay, you might cry a little bit, you might be sad, but then eventually it's like, okay, I'm okay. And then it's like people from like way back when just out of nowhere fall in place, and it's like, okay, like what? What is going on?
Yeah, it's like what's going on? Oh, let's
Yeah.
see how this gonna play out.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, like these people are supposed to be here. Like they're supposed, like you said, like they're supposed to be here. But people really are experiences. Like you experience
You
people.
learn something from every relationship you have with an individual.
Mm.
And I was telling my friend today, I was like, anytime I've ever been in a season of transformation or transition, because there's different, I either lost a friend or gained a friend in every season of transition or transformation,
Yeah.
whether it be like bad fallouts or like small fallouts. Like I used to be like, man, am I just a bad friend? Like,
Right.
but it wasn't. Now that I'm older and more mature, I'm like, okay, it wasn't me, and I can't fight that because that was ordained. Okay, they weren't supposed to be with me. I'll take it. You know, it just makes more room for the people that are supposed to be there.
Mhm.
Right.
And it's just crazy how our mindsets change as we get older. Like how like when we were younger or like in high school or something, if we lose a friend, we would think, oh, what's wrong? Am I a bad friend or such and stuff like this? Meanwhile, we grown now. We lose a friend, we'll be like, well, we won't technically like lose a friend, we just fall off with them, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll come back like nothing ever happened sometimes, and yeah, that's just us growing up.
Yeah. And it's kind of like you wonder, like, okay, like when God put people together, it's like kind of like he got a timer. Like he know exactly how long this gonna last. But we be looking at it like, oh, I hope this lasts forever. But he like, nah, it's just gonna be like 8 months.
Yeah.
Learn so much in
Yeah.
8 months. And then it's like in and it's just like, all right, well, there's that. Like, okay. Like
I
what?
know God be laughing at me. I be
Man,
like,
I
what
know
was
he be
that for?
watching. He be up
I
there
was
like,
just
oh,
having fun.
Man, I already know. That's crazy for real. Hey, but somebody put on Instagram today, they was like, I don't know if this go with this, but I just want to say it. She was like, what she was like, today is the day that you were worried about yesterday. And she was like, you made it through today. So like, why are you worrying about tomorrow? And it kind of go in relationships too. Like when you really think, like when people be like, just let go, let God. You say that, but you really gotta like train yourself to really be like, it's gonna work
You
out.
gotta believe
It's
that.
gonna work out. You really gotta believe that with yourself, within yourself, because it's really like you can sit up here and stress yourself out all day, and it still don't work out. It still go a whole another way. Whereas you could just sit here and be like, all right, whatever happens, happens, and it's just gonna happen. And it's just gonna align. And then it's usually a better outcome than what you expect. Like the day when I had to get my hair done, yo, it was like 10:50. And I was just like, bruh, oh my God. I was like, son, I got so much I gotta do. But I was like, you know what? I was about to spaz out. I was like, bruh, oh my God. And I was like, you know what? Nope. I kept like out my mouth. I had to say, I was like, nope, everything worked out for my good. Everything worked out for my good. And then it just so happened that the appointment I had at 2:00, she was like, tomorrow worked better for her anyway. And I was like, see, imagine if I would have sat up here, got all worked up, gave myself a headache, started crying, all of that, just for her to text me and say, tomorrow is better. You know, so it's like,
That whole scenario that you said, like, what you said, that you gotta let go and let God. Look, that was me all in high school. Meanwhile, you stressing yourself out.
oh, what I used to oh, really? Well, my two relationship people, how does it feel to be, what does being in love feel like? Let the people know.
in this generation,
In
being
this generation, in a generation full of like Birkin bags and cheating and what that's called, not monogamous, polygamous?
polygamy.
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 Polygamy. How does it feel to be monogamous in a world like this today?
That
I
accept
feel like
anything.
my other half is my Birkin bag.
Oh, so dead.
But on a real note, I don't know. Nowadays, it's like a regular thing because we've been together so long. It's just the regular thing. But it's fire having your other half that really work with you and care for you and want to just see you do the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, y'all. So I don't know if y'all watch Married at First Sight, but
Oh,
me and
let's
Saisha
talk
do.
about it.
So at the reunion today, it's the New Orleans season. Amani and Woody were like the couple that like got along the whole season. Like they were just the perfect couple. They were black love at its finest. I loved it. So I almost cried, y'all, because Woody, which was the husband, he teared up when he was talking to her. And in so many words, he was just like, you mean so much to me. I didn't think that I would find a life partner out of this show. It was an experiment, but like it couldn't have worked out better. And then his wife, oh my God, y'all. So Amani was like, she was basically saying that she feels like she can conquer the world with him. She was like, he makes her feel like she can do anything, and he makes her feel so good. And I just was like, oh my God. It's out there. It's possible.
Exactly. And it's crazy because like, think about it. Like they really just got on here and probably was like, I'm gonna try Married at First Sight. Let's just see what happens. And them experts really put them people together. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, God really knew. Like when them two was born that, all right, when y'all turn like 30, y'all gonna get on this show and this gonna be the way y'all find each other. Like, what the heck? Let me tell y'all something. See, hold on, y'all don't watch it, but they got this girl named Karen. Karen could slip up. Miles is 26.
Miles, because
Miles is 26. Okay, girl, Miles, tell me, girl, look, Karen, girl, they messed up when they
with everything in him, man, and she gave him a hard time. But I'm not gonna lie, at the reunion tonight, they look good. They look like they were happy, and she was saying how all she wanted was for him to speak up and say, "No, I'm not okay with that." And that's what made her start to like open up to him.
Oh, that's good.
I love it.
But see, Bennett
and see stuff like that. That's stepping stones of communicating with each other.
Right. And that's the only way they would have ever grown, because here's the thing. On Married at First Sight, it only lasts 2 months, but they were filming during Corona. So it went from 2 months to 4 months. And they didn't start getting on the right track until that 3rd month.
Mm-hmm.
So if they would have had their normal decision day, Karen and Miles wouldn't have been together.
They wouldn't have. But see, Bennett and Amelia, oh, they together forever. They
so
got that tattoo. Girl, when I saw that tattoo, them two and Woody and Amani, them two, I'm just like, bruh. And she got that voice, like she's so like therapeutic. And he's so like, he the only one on that show that really got a New Orleans accent to me, really.
Yeah, like, I said the same thing. I was like, he a real.
Yeah, he real life.
Just like him.
Yeah, definitely. But I ain't gonna lie, like the DM thing, when she asked him about like his DMs, I was scared because I was like, oh Lord Almighty, don't leave him. He means well for real.
Uh-oh. So she was like, let me see your phone. And he was like, why? I was like, no. I thought it was doomed.
Not you too, but y'all gotta watch it. Well, it's over now. This season over, but
catch it on Netflix.
I know it was on.
Oh, it's gonna be on Netflix. It will be on Netflix. That's true.
I think so. Hulu, Netflix or Hulu.
One of them.
But today,
I'm pretty sure
Amani was like, she compared it to a fairy tale. She was like, she literally met her Prince Charming. She was swooped away on a little honeymoon. Like she compared it to a fairy tale so perfectly. And I was like, dang, that's really like the true definition of all things work together for your good. Because even if there wasn't God's original plan for them, they still were led to each other. They still found each other. And it's just like, oh, I love it.
Exactly. But it's like with them, I knew from jump though, like when they met, because it's like I feel like with them, they took they just did it all the right way. Like they were so open from jump. Like they laid all this stuff out on the table and was like, we gonna really do this if we gonna do it. And it's like they spent time with each other and all that. And like it's just crazy how Corona just happened to happen in that time. Where it's like all of them, they really had to be with each other. Like it's like, you with me now? Like, can you really deal with me for real? So that's when I knew them two. I was like, yeah. Then they had their first little arguments. I said, oh yeah, they good. They together forever.
I love it.
Bennett and Amelia about to have like 8 little nerds because they just.
Oh wow.
He was the one that said he didn't believe in having kids, biological kids, overpopulation.
Yeah, he did. And then, girl, I remember he said that. And then he said like she made him change his mind like after being with her or something like that.
About adopting.
Yeah, because he was saying he wanted to adopt, and I was like, wow, that's amazing how a person can make you change your mind.
But hey, that's a real man.
Fun fact: when Marshall was working at Home Depot, he used to call me all the time and say, "Yeah, I got you a client today." I'd be like, "What?"
What you said?
Oh.
He'd be like, "Yeah, wait, I got you a client today." Because he'd be talking to people at Home Depot.
Oh,
He'd be like, "Yeah, my girlfriend do hair, she be braids and all that." And he'd be like, "Yeah, got this person that's gonna call you. I gave him your number." I'd be like, "What?"
Look,
boo.
that's what I'm
That's
talking
how my boyfriend be too.
about. I love it.
It's like so many people like have potential, but they don't have people in their circle to like push them. Like imagine how many lawyers
Yeah.
like that's chilling on the side of the corner right now could have been like the best lawyers ever, but they didn't have nobody to tell them like you're gonna be great or like you're gonna be like the best thing ever. They had so many things up against them, like
Mm-hmm. And that's
situations.
part of the reason that I decided to go in the field that I am going in, and I really do have a passion for working with like kids like us,
Mm-hmm.
black and brown kids like us, because it's just like I want you to see what I see,
Yeah,
and I can't get you to see that until we change the mindset, you know?
exactly. Exactly.
Because I
Man.
know people like I'd be like, man, if only you could see what I see, you would be like, let's go, let's do this, how we do this, blah blah blah. But
Exactly.
it starts with you,
That's right.
like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror.
Man, the mirror for real, man. For real. This was deep. I think this is a good spot right here. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say? Because this got me a little emotional. For real, man. Like, wow. Like, Like that, like, shucks, why are we talking about songs? Like that song say, I know change is gonna come. Like it's gonna always get better. There's always light at the end of every tunnel. But like you said, Lex, like we have to, I feel like especially I feel like our generation is a very special generation because it's like we really like that generation that's breaking so many generational curses. Like how our parents' generation and generations before them, they didn't believe in, oh, I'm gonna sit you down and tell you why I'm punishing you or nothing like that. It was always, oh, give me a phone, I'm gonna whoop you, I'm a beat you and go sit down, go do that. And then you ask them, well, why? And it's like, don't talk back. But it's like, I'm just trying to figure it out. So then you grow up feeling like nobody or like you feel like, okay, well, it is what it is. But I feel like our generation is that generation that's gonna like really take pride in, I feel like the mental health, I feel like it's gonna go down, like the depression rates and all that, because I feel like so many kids, so many black kids go through depression because it's just like they feel like they can't talk to anybody. If a black child, let's be real, a black child go to their mama right now and be like, I'm depressed. Then your mama gonna be like, oh,
You better put the pressure behind to them dishes.
better go to depression.
Like that.
You better go
Like,
to outside.
you got too much to be for you to be depressed. Look at what you got, but it's like you don't know that your child going to school every day getting bullied, or you don't know every day your child going to school stressed out because they see you can't do this for them, so they trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like they so quick to say what the child have. It's like you're not even listening. This child crying out to you. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I learned that even with like my little cousin P. Like even though she about to just be 2, it's like I watch like even with her like Nune, like okay, so y'all know Nune older, so their patience low. So Peyton will go like she got this 3D tic-tac-toe thing with the blocks. So Peyton went get it, and Nune was like, go put that up, go put that up. And I was like, Nune, like just let her play with it. So I didn't know. I was just like, we just gonna experiment a little bit. So I sat down with P, and it's like the little blocks, and I said, all right, P, I said let's play tic-tac-toe. So I had the circle, she had the X. I put the circle on one. She looked at me. She looked at the X. She took it and she put the X across the O. And I was just like, okay. I'm like, all right, P don't know what's going on. I'm gonna just keep it going. But everywhere I would put it, she would put it somewhere else. And then she knew where to put it. And I was just like, okay, maybe this is just coincidence. So we played like 3-4 more times. Every single time Peyton knew where to, like she knew that, okay, say she put an O right here. I know not to put the X on top of the O. I'm gonna put the X next to the O. And that taught me that we so quick, like they so quick, well, us as a people, we so quick to say, oh no, put that up. No, we don't want to take the time out to teach. You know what I mean? We don't want to take the time out
I
to
like learn how different people think.
Exactly. And it's just like me doing that for Peyton. Imagine like if we constantly do that for these kids, how much that's teaching them patience, that's teaching them endurance, persistence, like teaching them to actually take their time and learn
Comprehension.
instead of feeling like, oh, nobody ain't gonna listen, I'm gonna just quit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's I take pride in that so much. And I told myself, like, as a mother, I want to be that. Like, push my children and just listen to them, because it's like I'm your mama. I'm supposed to be the first person that love you for real. Like the first love you're supposed to feel. So if I can't give it to you, you're gonna go try and find it from somebody else.
Yeah, when I used to work in inner city schools and I was working with the rough crowd, the kids, you know, they get put out of this school or get in trouble, so they had to go to charter schools. These kids, they weren't what you thought they were. They weren't what people like to call them. They just needed attention and they needed somebody to listen. And that's another reason why I went into my field. So, but I do think that, like Saisha was saying, like our generation is changing the game, which is why I think it's so important that we went through 2020. I know, like I always say, 2020 really tried it. But I think that we all learned something from 2020, if not more than one thing. And it definitely, for me personally, it made me, 2020 made me. Like, I haven't been like, I didn't know myself as well as I do now had I not gone through 2020. Right. And not even in that sense, but like there are people that, you know, they were down to their last or they lost someone or something tragic might have happened to them in 2020, but it pushed them to get through it because they couldn't stop where they were. They had to get through it and they had to become better. And when you get on the other side of it, you're like, you looking at it, you're like, okay, so if I hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't have learned this.
Exactly.
And I think all of that's going to contribute to what we see from here on out. Like, I think that it was truly a life-changing year, a trajectory changing year, because it's going to change the trajectory of everybody.
And then everything now is just a phase. Like, you just got to keep that in mind, too. Like, the presidential election, everything, like, everybody going at each other next over the next president, stuff like that.
Oh, that's going to be
5 years from now, the day after this election, it's probably be something different.
Thank you. But like you said, too.
Everybody probably not going to care.
Exactly. And like you said, with like how we were the kids of like the hard working generation. Like I was thinking about that because it's like, think about how we just all like our generation is so big on getting that bag. We so big on like building credit scores and doing all that. So it's like we already thinking about making it easier for our kids. Like we that generation that want to make it easy for them. Like them kids, they ain't gonna come up being those ignorant privileged kids, but they gonna come up using their privilege to their advantage. Like they're gonna say, all right, my mama set this up for me. Let me triple that. I already got this credit score. Let me bring that up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
keep it going.
Our parents, they didn't teach us that because they ain't know that.
It's all about financial literacy and generational wealth. It's all about financial literacy and generational wealth. I was talking to this dude and he was telling me that his white coworker, like his coworker was white. He said, they were talking about his coworker like buying this huge house on Highland and how they had it made and all this. And he was like, that's because y'all parents don't teach y'all financial literacy. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, but Black people don't know financial literacy. And when he like broke it down and started explaining what his parents did in order to get him where he is, and now he can like provide for his kids and stuff, dude was like, oh, you're right. They didn't teach us none of that.
And like credit, I had to learn credit on my mama, like all my mama could, because that's all she knew was get a credit card, build your credit up. You know, that's all Black people know is just to get a credit card, you buy stuff with it and you just pay it off. Whereas white people, they sit down, they showing their kid X, Y, Z. You take X, you add Y, blah, 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 blah.
They have credit cards before they're able to walk.
And exactly, their mom was doing their
credit history. Yeah.
By the time they're 18, they already got a good 7, at least 710 credit score. You know it's like, you know, like, and at the end of the day, I mean, you know, and you want to blame the school systems for not teaching, but it's like, start at home. Like, it's our job to teach these kids that. It's our job to show them, like, this is what you need to do for this, and this is what you need to do for that. Like, That's just what it is, man. Like, but that's why I'm excited. I'm excited for I ain't lying. I'm excited for like our generation's kids. Like, they gonna be so strong minded and so
Hey,
powerful.
what if 2020 was like a lesson for like everybody that it starts at home?
It starts at home. Dang, I ain't even think of that.
It's really true. That's very true.
We
That's
had to get this quarantine and like sit here for how long that quarantine was? Like 2 months?
Too long.
too long.
Too long for
No.
somebody that's marriages on the rocks. Too long for somebody that have bad kids. Too long for all that. You gotta sit and deal with it.
Girl, for real though, like you
Too long
ain't
for somebody that may have been running from God. You know.
huh? Okay, you ain't got nowhere to go now. The bar is closed.
Like, when you think about it, these kids, they were at home with their parents. Their parents, they work from sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
Parents they don't see. Like
And
2020.
you think about the kids. You think about the kids who got the abusive homes. That's the ones I'd be like, oh dang, like they ain't got nowhere to run.
Yeah.
Man.
It was bad in the beginning. Like when like quarantine first started, the amount of domestic disputes that were calling like hotlines, and they had like 5 in like 2 days that I saw in New York, and it just kept going up and up. And it was because these are people that were locked up with their abusers.
Right. You ain't got nowhere to run. You can't go to work and skate. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, 2020 was a beast. She ain't winning though.
She ain't.
Whew.
She almost over.
Real talk. Yo, we really got like, you might as well call this November because we got
I was about to say it's November now.
Yo.
We got 1 more month.
Ooh, that's crazy.
The thing is, I don't want to get too comfortable saying like, oh, we finally in 2021.
Yeah.
Every year, every season has its dark days. So
you gotta, and that's when people understand. They be like, oh, once we over 2020, but you gotta understand, like, even if it's the smallest thing, like, okay, nobody knew Corona was gonna hit. If God would have told us last year, y'all gonna have a global pandemic, he already knew. Buku of us would have been in panic mode. But when it hit, of course, a lot of people was in panic mode. But looking at it today, who would have ever thought that we would have been doing half the stuff we're doing right now? Like, who would ever thought? Like, half of the stuff we doing right now is because it's like we had no other choice but to be inside and really use that discernment, that wisdom, our minds, and really figure out, all right, where can I go from here? And really realize that, okay, God, literally, even in the midst of a global pandemic, you still come through. So it's like, if you coming through in a storm, then when the sun's shining, you really gonna like,
right.
You know, like you showing out now, like I can only imagine, you know? So it's just like, once people understand that, like, you just gotta understand that life is just, you gotta know that life is full of blessings and lessons. And that's that. And once you understand that, you just do it. You just live through it and you walk through your purpose. Like, but live through it. Don't just try and survive. Like, live through it. Like, take your dark moments, learn from whatever it's trying to teach you, push through it. So then when you out of that, you're gonna know, like, all right, fit. So when the next test come, I know not to fumble. I know not to fold. Yes. I know that just keep pushing. I know that.
When you know better, you do better.
Exactly. Yep. Period. This was nice. See, God working mysterious ways. See, it was meant for me to delete the other one. The other one wasn't as deep as this. See, this one, I ain't lying. This is the one right here. It'll take me a little minute to edit it, but it's all right. Because I couldn't stop it.
Yeah, it came out nice.
It did, girl. All right.
I like it.
Come on, Infinity Nails.
Okay, girl. Infinity Whitt.
Yeah, Infinity Whitt. Well, y'all, that's all we got for y'all tonight. I pray y'all enjoyed this. Again, y'all already know who it is. We got the CEO of Lex Lux Essentials in the building. We got the CEO of Royal Lens Photography Company in the building. And we have the CEO of Whittina Couture. That's with 2 T's, by the way. in the building, and you already know who it is. Your favorite girl in the whole world, the Saisha Monét. You know what I'm saying? The CEO of Saisha Monét Services LLC. So that's all we got for y'all today. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the kid YouTube. Eventually, these three gonna have their own YouTube, and then y'all gonna be able to subscribe to them too. But until then, you know what I'm saying? Get used to seeing them on here, because I'm gonna have them on here more than this time. They're gonna be on here probably in the next 2 weeks again, and in the next time, and the next time. But until next time, guys, remember to keep God first, love yourself, and let's this bit of a what?
Get this coin, y'all.
Get this bread. We out.